A long time ago, 78, could it be? I was kind of sitting on the front porch of a Unity church in Richmond, Virginia, doing my best to learn how to play this damn thing. And I was kind of plucking away. It was a lovely day, summer day. Sun was out. And just breathing in the loveliness of the day. And I heard this noise coming down Seminary Avenue, which was the street that our church was on. And Seminary Avenue was like a cathedral. It had these huge 200-year oak trees on each side of the street, all grown up and making like a canopy over the street. And what I heard was the sound of a very tired, not an automobile, but a truck in this case, old pickup truck that had the stake body sides on it, and they were swaying back and forth. And it got closer to me, and I noticed a driver in there, and kind of steering, and as he would pass a house, he'd kind of look like this, and he'd pass another house on the other side of the street, and he'd look like that, and then he was going down the street, and then I got close enough I could read the sign, and it had Albert's Trash Removal on it, and apparently he was looking for jobs, looking for a lawn that looked like it could use a little picking up or something. And I thought, well, I'll just sit here for a minute and wait till he gets out of here, and I'll go back to trying to get that bar F chord down. That's about as close as it was back in those days. And he glided up to the curb and stopped right in front of our church. Door opened. This huge black man slid out of the, just kind of turned like this and slid down out of the cab. And he's about 6'6", 6'7", weighed 270, 280 easy. And he just had the damnedest eyes. Strange, kind of, just a little glow in them. And he came like walking toward me, came right up to me. He said, "Hi, my name is Albert. Can I play your guitar?" Well, my neurons were firing at this point. I'm telling you, I was conjuring up every kind of possible disaster. God, look at those great big hands taking my precious guitar I only had for about 2 months. But it was too damn big to say no to. I mean, I said, well, okay, with much trepidation, you know. Oh, he's going to crush my guitar. He sat down the steps and started to play. Started interpreting classical literature in a way that just brought tears to my eyes. I said, oh, God. And he played like that for about 10 minutes. And he handed the guitar back to me. And he got up, went like that, and he said, thank you. He said, if you ever need any more trash removed, I'll see you sometime. And he went back to his truck and went on down the road. Now, that's about the only really authentically mystical experience I've ever had in my life, but that was enough. If you ever need any more trash removed, I'll be around. Albert's Trash Removal. And what was the nature of the trash he was removing? My tendency to jump to conclusions. It's what Jesus called judging. Remember, he encouraged us to judge not in the King James Version, it's judge not the appearance, but judge a righteous judgment. There's an interesting twist on that in the translation that comes out of the ancient Peshitta text and reflects the ancient Aramaic language. that particular teaching comes out. Do not judge by partiality, but judge a just judgment. I can never quite figure out exactly what he must have meant by judge not the appearance. Well, you can make up a lot of stories about it. But judge not the partiality. Whoa, that says it. How many of you have judged something based on partial information? Isn't the universe continually unfolding? It's like Albert showing up. And my mind is busy with all kinds of creating just a huge inventory of catastrophic possibilities for handing that man my guitar. And I was engaged in basing my feelings in that moment on a partial understanding of what was going on there. I didn't have the wisdom at that point in time to wait until the whole story was unfolded in front of me. And that's the grace of living our lives in the moment. Not jumping into the future and filling it with some kind of speculative disaster, but waiting right here until the whole story is in. There's a lovely teaching in the Chinese tradition about the old Chinese farmer, and his neighbor came banging on his door one morning. He said, "My God, get up, get up. Oh, wow, it's terrible. What a tragedy. Just as it's getting to be time for the harvest, I've seen your horses have knocked down the gate to your corral, and they followed the stallion that came out. And they're now running, and they're running over the hill. It's terrible. Oh, you poor man." And the old Chinese guy goes, "Perhaps." Then the next day, the same guy was back banging on his door again. "You won't believe what's going on. Come, get up. Look here." And he went outside and took a look, and here comes the stallion with about 10 more horses. Leads him right into the corral, and he says, "Isn't that wonderful?" The old guy, "Yeah." And the old guy says, "Perhaps." Just a little while later, maybe a day or two later, his son, the farmer's son, is out trying to break one of those new wild horses to harness. And they kicked him in the leg and broke his leg. And right there at harvest time, now his son's incapacitated with a busted leg. And the old farmer's friend shows up again and says, "Oh, that's terrible. What a sad thing to have to happen to you, my God." And the old farmer says, "Perhaps." 2 days later, a Chinese warlord comes through that village, conscripting all able-bodied young men to go and fight in a war from which few would return. But of course, with his broken leg, he wasn't a candidate for that. And again, farmer's neighbor shows up. "Isn't that lucky? Wow, isn't that fortunate?" Well, perhaps. You see the partiality there. The old farmer was smart. He recognized this is not the end of the story. All the evidence is not quite in yet. Let me wait before I make my judgments about the nature of this situation. Let me wait until I've got the full story. And then one day a realization will come that you'll never have the full story. So it makes perfect sense to maybe exit stage right from the foolishness of projecting onto any particular moment of your life a finality, as if that's it, that's all you'll ever experience. It's an unfolding adventure, beautiful ones. Don't close your minds to it, okay? Enjoy it, and be mindful about getting stuck in that trap, okay? If you do, though, trust me on this, Albert will show up. He'll clean your clock. You might not like it, but he'll get rid of your trash for you. Okay, thank you, darlings. Thank you.